bridging communities worldwide. We broadcast diverse international content from Europe, Asia, Africa, and now right here in the USA. Watch us via Roku on your smart TV. Submit your own content to 1530entertainmentllc@gmail.com. Download the Millennium TV app from the App Store to stream our shows anywhere, anytime. Millennium TV.
Hello and welcome to Millennium News TV 24/7 Global News Update in English. My name is Todd, and here are today's top headlines. Thank you for being with us. After Opal Lee led hundreds in a walk through her Texas hometown to celebrate Juneteenth this weekend, the 95-year-old Black woman who helped successfully push for the holiday to get national recognition said it's important that people learn the history behind it. In quotes, "We need to know so people can heal from it and never let it happen again." End quotes, said Lee, whose 2.5-mile, 4-kilometer walk through Fort Worth symbolizes the 2.5 years it took after President Abraham Lincoln's Emancipation Proclamation ending slavery in the southern states for the enslaved people in Texas to be freed. Next news. With Yellowstone National Park pushing to reopen to tourists more quickly than anticipated after flood records pounded southern Montana, some of those hardest hit in the disaster live far from the famous park's limelight and are leaning heavily on one another to pull their lives out of the mud. Park officials said Sunday that they hope to have most of Yellowstone open within 2 weeks, as they use a $50 million infusion of federal highway money to accelerate road and bridge repairs. There's still no timetable for restoring connections between the park and neighboring portions of Montana, where the recovery is expected to stretch for months. Next news. Hundreds of blue, green, and gray tents are pitched under the sun's searing rays in downtown Phoenix. A jumble of flimsy canvas and plastic along dusty sidewalks. Here, in the hottest big city in America, thousands of homeless people swelter as the summer's triple-digit temperatures arrive. The stifling tent city has ballooned amid pandemic-era evictions and surging rents that have dumped hundreds more people onto the sizzling streets that grow eerily quiet when temperatures peak in the mid-afternoon. A heat wave earlier this month brought temperatures of up to 114 degrees, that's 45.5 degrees Celsius, and it's only June. Highs reached 118 degrees, 47.7 Celsius, last year. In quotes, "During the summer, it's pretty hard to find a place at night that's cool enough to sleep without the police running you off." End quotes. Next news. A building caught fire and later collapsed in Philadelphia, killing one firefighter and injuring 5 other people, 2 critically, after all became trapped early Saturday. Authorities said the fire was reported just before 2 a.m. Saturday in the building in North Philadelphia. 8 occupants were safely evacuated, and the fire had been declared under control, officials said. At 3:24 a.m., the building collapsed. Deputy Fire Commissioner Craig Murphy said Lieutenant Sean Williamson, 51, was pronounced dead at the scene after he and another firefighter were freed from the rubble hours after the collapse. 3 other firefighters and an inspector with the city's Department of Licenses and Inspections had been freed quickly. One firefighter jumped from the second story to avoid being caught in the collapse. We're going to take a short break from the daily global English news of Millennium News TV 24/7. Please stay with us. Thank you.
Millennium TV, bridging communities worldwide. We broadcast diverse international content from Europe, Asia, Africa, and now right here in the USA. Watch us via Roku on your smart TV. Submit your own content to 1530entertainmentllc@gmail.com. Download the Millennium TV app from the App Store to stream our shows anywhere, anytime. Millennium TV. Millennium TV, bridging communities worldwide. We broadcast diverse international content from Europe, Asia, Africa, and now right here in the USA. Watch us via Roku on your smart TV. Submit your own content to 1530entertainmentllc@gmail.com. Download the Millennium TV app from the App Store to stream our shows anywhere, anytime. Millennium TV.
Hello, and welcome back to Millennium News TV 24/7 Global News Update in English. Here's the continuation of today's top stories. Thank you for being with us. The 2 Republican candidates in Alabama's U.S. Senate primary runoff on Tuesday can each boast that at one point they had Donald Trump's endorsement in the race. Trump first backed U.S. Representative Mo Brooks in the spring of 2021. That endorsement stood for nearly a year until Trump rescinded it as the conservative firebrand languished in the polls. The former president took his time in issuing a second endorsement, supporting Katie Britt in the race only after she emerged as the top vote getter in the state's May 24th primary. In other races, Tuesday, Washington, D.C. Mayor Muriel Bowser is facing voters amid growing concerns about crime. Next news. Belgian authorities on Monday gold-capped tooth belonging to the slain Congolese independence hero Patrice Lumumba as the former colonial power continues to confront its bloody past and look toward reconciliation. The restitution of the relic took place after Belgium's King Philippe earlier this month expressed his deepest regrets of his nation's abuses in its African former colony, Congo, which is 75 times the size of Belgium. Following a private ceremony in the presence of relatives of Lumumba, during which the federal prosecutor handed over a case containing the tooth, Belgium's Prime Minister Alexander De Croo told Congolese officials and Lumumba's family that the restitution came way too late. Next news. From a hideout in a bombed-out house in eastern Ukraine, Army Commander Mikhailo Strebitz twirls a mortar shell the size of a bowling pin, calling it aid we got from Europe and America. End quotes. He then turns to a makeshift blackboard, a door with words written on it in chalk, showing weapon inventories. One line says, NATO, in Cyrillic letters, then a number 11. These days, Ukraine's beleaguered but unbowed forces are doing a lot of counting about the help they're getting from abroad. As Russia's initially botched and broad offensive turns its focus to the eastern Donbass region, the war has entered a new and seemingly more enduring phase. While Russia has kept quiet about its war casualties, Ukrainian authorities say up to 200 of their soldiers are dying each day. Experts say both sides are taking heavy losses. Next news. The world watched as Prince William grew from a tow-headed schoolboy to a dashing air-sea rescue pilot to a balding father of 3. But as he turns 40 on Tuesday, Prince William is making the biggest change yet, assuming an increasingly central role in the royal family as he prepares for his eventual ascension to the throne. That was clear 2 weeks ago when Prince William, took center stage at the extravaganza concert marking Queen Elizabeth II's 70 years on the throne, lauding his grandmother as an environmental trailblazer, as he delivered a call to action on climate change. In quotes, tonight has been full of such optimism and joy, and there is hope, end quotes, he said, as images of wildlife, oceans, and jungles were projected on the walls of the Buckingham Palace behind him. We're going to take a short break from the daily global English news of Millennium News TV 24/7. Please stay with us. Thank you.
Millennium TV, bridging communities worldwide. We broadcast diverse international content from Europe, Asia, Africa, and now right here in the USA. Watch us via Roku on your smart TV. Submit your own content to 1530entertainmentllc@gmail.com. Download the Millennium TV app from the App Store to stream our shows anywhere, anytime. Millennium TV. Millennium TV, bridging communities worldwide. We broadcast diverse international content from Europe, Asia, Africa, and now right here in the USA. Watch us via Roku on your smart TV. Submit your own content to 1530entertainmentllc@gmail.com. Download the Millennium TV app from the App Store to stream our shows anywhere, anytime. Millennium TV.
Hello and welcome back to Millennium News TV 24/7 Global News Update in English. Here's a continuation of today's top stories. Thank you for being with us. Far-right leader Marine Le Pen said on Monday that her party's extraordinary surge in the country's parliamentary election is a historic victory and a seismic event in French politics. Many voters in Sunday's poll opted for far-right or far-left candidates, denying President Emmanuel Macron's centrist alliance a straight majority in the National Assembly Le Pen's National Rally got 89 seats in the 577-member parliament, up from a previous total of 8. On the other side of the political spectrum, the leftist NUPES coalition, led by the hardliner Jean-Luc Mélenchon, won 131 seats to become the main opposition force. Macron's centrist alliance Together won the most seats, 245, but fell 44 seats short of a straight majority in the National Assembly, France's most powerful house of parliament. Next news. Authorities in India and Bangladesh struggled Monday to deliver food and drinking water to hundreds of thousands of people evacuated from their homes in days of flooding that have submerged wide swaths of the countries. The floods, triggered by monsoon rains, have killed more than a dozen people, marooned millions, and flooded millions of houses. In Sylhet, in northeastern Bangladesh, along the Sarma River, villagers waded through streets, flooded up to their knees. One man stood in the doorway of his flooded shop, where the top shelves were crammed with items in an effort to keep them above water. Local TV said millions remained without electricity. Next news. New York's new law barring sales of bullet-resistant vests to most civilians doesn't cover the type of armor worn by the gunman who killed 10 people at a Buffalo supermarket. That's upstate New York. A gap that could limit its effectiveness in deterring future military-style assaults. During the May 14th attack, Peyton Gendron wore a steel-plated vest and armor strong enough to stop a handgun round fired by a store security guard who tried to halt Gendron's rampage. A law hastily enacted by state lawmakers after the attack restricts sales of vests defined as bullet-resistant soft body armor, end quotes. Soft vests, which are light and can be concealed beneath clothing, can be effective against pistol fire. Vests carrying steel, ceramic, or polyethylene plates, which can potentially stop rifle rounds, aren't explicitly covered by the legislation. Thank you. Next news. Former rebel Gustavo Petro narrowly won a runoff election over a political outsider millionaire Sunday, ushering in a new era of politics for Colombia by becoming the country's first leftist president. Petro, a senator in his third attempt to win the presidency, got 50.48% of the votes, while real estate magnate Rodolfo Hernandez had 47.26% of the vote, with almost all ballots counted, according to results released by election authorities. Petro's victory underlined a drastic change in presidential politics for a country that has long marginalized the left for its perceived association with the armed conflict. Petro himself was once a rebel with the now defunct M19 movement and was granted amnesty after being jailed for his involvement with the group. We're going to take a short break from the daily global English news of Millennium News TV 24/7. Please stay with us. Thanks.
Millennium TV, bridging communities worldwide. We broadcast diverse international content from Europe, Asia, Africa, and now right here in the USA. Watch us via Roku on your smart TV. Submit your own content to 1530entertainmentllc@gmail.com. Download the Millennium TV app from the App Store to stream our shows anywhere, anytime. Millennium TV. Millennium TV, bridging communities worldwide. We broadcast diverse international content from Europe, Asia, Africa, and now right here in the USA. Watch us via Roku on your smart TV. Submit your own content to 1530entertainmentllc@gmail.com. Download the Millennium TV app from the App Store to stream our shows anywhere.
Hello, and welcome back to Millennium News TV 24/7 Global News Update in English. Here is the continuation of today's top stories. Thank you for being here. The surprise announcement by BTS last week that they were taking a break to focus on members' solo projects stunned their global fan base, shaking their label's stock price and leaving many questions about the K-pop supergroup's future. HYBE, the company behind the band, denied the group was taking a hiatus, a word used in a translation of the group's emotional dinner time video announcement. In the days since, band members have remained active on social media, continuing the stream of posts, photos, and assurances that the band wasn't breaking up. Despite the immediate impacts, HYBE's stock initially dropped more than 25%, and has yet to fully recover. Several factors may still affect BTS's future. One is looming military enlistment for older BTS members, as well as how engaged the group and their devoted fans, known as ARMY, will continue to be in social issues. Next news. Kosovo's central government and authorities in the capital joined forces on Monday to bring back home an international music festival founded by the father of singer-songwriter Dua Lipa, who had been moved following a dispute with its organizers. A week ago, the Sunny Hill Festival announced it was moving to neighboring Albania after a political dispute between Kosovo's ruling party and the party in power in Pristina prevented organizers from getting permission to put on the festival, which has a daily capacity of 15,000. Dukajin Lipa, the singer's father and manager, who was born in Kosovo, said he had made, in quotes, a difficult but necessary decision to stage the August 4th to 7th event in Albania's capital, Tirana. Next news. The unsettled future of golf was in the surest of hands over the final 4 tantalizing hours of the U.S. Open. The sport, almost always at its best when major titles are at stake, went on a wild ride, courtesy of Matt Fitzpatrick and Will Zalatoris, two 20-somethings trying to win their first major titles, but playing like they'd been doing this for years. There were ties, lead changes, and enough momentum shifts to make an NBA crowd edgy. There was tension. In the end, it was a career-defining shot from a fairway bunker that left Fitzpatrick holding the trophy, and a putt missed by a whisker that left Zalatoris holding his head in his hands in agony after yet another excruciatingly close call at a major. Next news, please. Nearly an hour after playing her final regular season game in New York, Sue Bird was still soaking in the moment. The WNBA's all-time assist leader was on the court signing autographs and taking photos with her 100 or so family and friends who had come to the Barclays Center to see her play in her hometown one last time. Sue Bird, had announced Thursday in Connecticut that this would be her final season playing in the WNBA. The first stop on her retirement tour was fittingly New York. She'll have one more game in Connecticut, where she starred in college next month. While she still has a bunch of road finales left this season, none will come close to the emotion of playing in New York. This has been the daily global news update of Millennium News TV 24/7. My name is Todd. Please log in to get the latest news on all of our social networking sites. That means Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and even TikTok. On TikTok, we are Millennium News 24. Also, our YouTube channel, please check it out, is News Channel M24. Viewers, now on both network broadcasting, Android and iOS devices, Apple TV, Roku TV, Amazon Fire TV. Also, all smart TV platforms. Please enjoy our entertainment, our latest news, views, and editorials. Our Millennium TV apps. The apps are great. Got to check it out. Millennium TV USA Android, Millennium News Google. www.millenniumtv24.com. Please stay with Millennium News 24. We love you. Thank you. God bless you.